Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring y'all an update today of XRP. Right now we are at 22 cents. We're up 1.13%. And guys, what we're looking at today is, and what we've been paying attention to, was number one, the hammer candle that we talked about probably a week ago or so in a video, how powerful hammer candles can be. And this candle that you can see down here, it came on big volume as well, and that's an important fact. Whenever you see one of these hammer candles, you don't want it to be on low volume. You want it to be in one of these heavy downtrends like we were in, and you want to see it on that heavy volume. And that was a good thing that happened for us. So from that hammer candle, what we came up here for, we set a lower high. And then what happened yesterday was we actually set a higher low. And what I like to see here is the fact that we had a bullish engulfing candle. So we closed this full body here, this real body, engulfed the previous day. So that's a good thing there. And it was also a higher low. And now what we're going to try to do, guys, is keep this higher low intact and see if we can move up and make a higher high from that 24 cents. That you can see right there. And that's what it's all about. It's all about changing the trend. And if you take a look back here, what we've been paying attention to, guys, is trends and when they break to the upside or the downside. And if you go back and you look through this history right here, do you see the red trend line that I had? Once we broke down through that trend line, as well as losing this 30-day moving average, you see that in orange right there? When we lost that, that was a major blow to XRP there, and that was the trend changing. We had higher highs and higher lows coming in right over here. And what happened was once we broke down through there, the trend changed and we started having these lower highs and lower lows coming in. So it's important for us now to set this higher low. Even though we have not set a higher high yet, that's the next thing. And in my opinion, guys, looking at XRP and how well it's followed this 30-day EMA, it's been a really good factor for us to the upside as well as the downside. To the upside, it's acted as good support. To the downside, it's acted as pretty strong resistance. So what I would expect out of here, guys, is continuation up through here in a retest of this 30-day moving, or this 30-day EMA, which is going to be around 24 cents. That's what I'm anticipating, because when we set this higher low with the bullish engulfing candle, it also came on volume, and we also had a stock cross taking place all at the same time. So that's the thing, guys. What we need to do is change that trend, just like we did over here. Do you see this in the short term? We started setting these higher highs and higher lows just right there coming out, and then we ended up losing them again right here. We lost the trend line that I had here in my previous charts, guys. We can even draw that right now just to give you an example. So if you draw this trend line, and we'd look for the most touches possible, so we'd probably go right in there. Guys, as soon as we lost that 30 in that trend line, we ended up losing, let's see here, if we get our price range tool out, we ended up going down about 30%. You could have saved yourself 30%. So these are the things that I'm looking at and how I evaluate things. I want to jump in once I start seeing that trend changing in the short term like we're having now. But what I want to see is us to get back up above this 30-day EMA with a strong candle close up above it as well. So those are kind of the things I'm looking at, guys. Support, we're looking at about 21 cents. Overhead resistance, we're looking between 23 and 24 cents, so right in that range. But it's good that we're slowly changing the trend, and we got this, it's a little mixture between like a long leg doji and a little bit of a hammer candle. We have a little bit too much wick on the top there, so we wouldn't say that was necessarily a hammer candle, but a long leg doji candle, to where you really see that fight between the bulls and the bears, and the trend is changing. That's what it's all about, guys, just really changing that trend. So pay attention in the days to come here. Let's see if we can get a little up move for XRP, come back and try to test that 24 cent range and see what happens. But overall, guys, just really look at these support resistance areas, pay attention to trends, look for the stuff like the stochastic cross on big volume with a bullish candlestick pattern while setting a higher low. That's some good confluence there, and that's what I like to look for, is the confluence, all these different things that are joining together, and they're building this basically. Guys, the way that I can put it here is, you don't want to just go off one signal. Say you just go off a stochastic cross, like down in here or whatnot. That's not going to be enough for you. You never want to just use indicators. You always want to identify price action and what type of trend we're having, and then add the indicators into that with your volume, with your trend lines, with your candlestick patterns, and with your moving averages. So that's what needs to happen for XRP here, guys. It's looking like we may have a little bit more of a move here to the upside. We're just going to have to wait and see, but just still play cautious. We're still in that downtrend overall. We're below that 30-day EMA. We want to start getting back up above that, but it's important that you guys check this out and have it on your radar. So 22 cents for XRP in the long run, guys. Doesn't seem too bad, but just throwing this out there for you. Like this video, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell.